and good Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us. It's the Coach NAD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live on Facebook Live, on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, on the Coach's Corner Facebook Live channel, on the YouTube channel, Karl DeMasi Sports Report, on Twitter, on KD Sports Report, and we're all over the place. We're usually in the Sound Garden on the campus of Coach's Corner, but today we had to separate a little family stuff going on. So, but it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Man, that last guest, Gene Clemens, you got to be excited about it. The man's got a lot of energy. How about a football coach that's an English teacher and a theater teacher? Great interview, Chad.
Well, I think we just found your next co-host. You know, if something happens to it. I'm saying if I got to go somewhere, that's the guy you bring on right there. That's your next co-host right there. Man, he is simply amazing. Awesome. I just tweeted him, told him thank you for being on the show, that he was just an amazing guest. Right. And I mean, he just has everything you would want in a young coach. I want to get into him. I want to talk to him about, you know, his thoughts on recruiting in this day and age and social media, and how that's impacted, you know, recruiting. And so we got to get him back on. We could maybe he's a Wednesday night guest that we spend 30 minutes with.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Somewhere down the road. I mean, just fantastic insight to all this. And, this lady coming up, though, man, she had a career to speak about.
I mean, this is the favorite part of the show when I bring the kids on. Well, she's no longer a kid. She's a young lady, college graduate at Furman University, standout soccer player at St. Vincent's Academy, got her senior year cut short. I didn't realize that they played 21 games. She started 21 games. She had 6 goals, 3 assists. I mean, she was named as a junior to the Southern Conference Academic Honor Roll. Not just her junior year, sophomore year. So she made an impact up there at Furman University. She comes home now. She gets to play a little more soccer. Still playing with her sister Lauren. Okay, and she's joining us now on the Coach's Corner internet stream. This week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, right here from Savannah, Georgia, Erin O'Hearn. Erin, thanks for coming on.
Hey, guys. How are y'all doing?
Hey, it's Saturday morning. We're talking sports, and I'm talking to products of the SAV. I mean, you had a great career over St. Vincent's and, of course, going up to Furman University, now coming back playing with the Savannah Spirit. Just excited to talk to you about the whole situation. So, I mean, what happened your senior year? Let us know. I mean, I found out you played in 21 games, right? But they cut the season short.
Yeah, so I was able to play. So with soccer, we're a fall sport team. So we played all 21.
Oh, my fault. I forgot. I'm thinking about high school. Come on, Chad, you got to help me out here.
No, all good.
I didn't know. I was trying to find the road you were going down. So
the wrong road again.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, all good. So we played all 21 games of our fall. We finished out our season, finished second in the SoCon, which was really awesome. Great way to end out my college career. And then we had started our spring season when all of this kind of hit the fan and started happening. So we had played 2 games in the spring. And then at spring break, we were all sent home and we never went back. So ended our spring season short. It's pretty much all scrimmages, friendly games and stuff like that. But it's a great opportunity for some of the younger girls to get a chance to play and show like what they've been working on over the Christmas break.
Well, talk to us about, now that you're finished at Furman, how'd you get hooked up with playing for the Spirit? And is that leading to something else for you, or you want to continue your soccer career on the semi-pro professional level? Where are you at with your next steps?
So I got hooked up with the Savannah Spirit through Chris Davidovich, our head coach. I had actually played with him with my ODP region team when I was 15 years old, I think. So about 7 years ago, I played for Chris Davidovich for 2 seasons maybe, and had a great time, great experience. He's an awesome coach. And now 7 years later, he's moved back to the Savannah area, and he reached out to me probably in April and was like, hey, we're trying to put together this team. We know everything's really crazy right now. Would you be interested in playing? And I said, heck yeah, I would love to get a chance to play in Savannah. I haven't played soccer in Savannah in a long time. So it was really exciting to kind of bring my passion back here to Savannah one last time around. But I'm actually looking to use this as a stepping stone to play professional soccer abroad. hopefully in the next year, if everything kind of clears up and they start to allow travel again, that would be the goal, would be to go play women's professional soccer in either Europe or in Australia. Honestly, would be a really awesome opportunity that I'm looking for. Nice.
And you come home and you play with your sister. Now, your sister was at Furman also, right? So tell us about that experience that sisters still stay together.
We trained together. We grew up playing together. We used to go to morning practices at the Islands YMCA at 5:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Back in middle school and high school. So we have always done it together. We played a year together at St. Vincent's, my senior year, her sophomore year, I believe. We played together and went to the state finals, and we lost, I think, 2-0 to Pace, but it was a great game. And then she ended up deciding to commit to Furman once I was already a sophomore there. So 2 years later, she came to Furman with me, and we have just loved playing soccer together. It's really been cool. It's been really awesome for me to push her, and she also pushes me. I can't let my little sister beat me ever. So we're always challenging each other, which is a really cool environment to have, especially in like a college setting where usually you don't really get the opportunity to play with your siblings.
Coach?
Well, you mentioned before, your next step about looking to play overseas. What's the difference between, let people out there know their first reaction was like, well, why would you not want to play in the States? So walk people through the difference of playing overseas and opportunities there compared to currently the situation in the U.S.
So I kind of am looking at it because of the different levels of leagues that there are. In the United States, we really only have our professional league that we have right now, and then we have the WPSL, which is basically a summer league. It's just for college kids who kind of want to play, or some retired college athletes who are still saying, hey, I can give it 2 months in the summer where I want to play. But abroad, they have many more levels of the league. And so there's a first league, a second league, a third league. So there's room for growth and opportunity to go both up and down in their league structure, which is something I'm kind of looking for, somewhere that I can, maybe I start in the second or the third league, and I can challenge myself and push myself to strive for the first league to play in a different country. Also, I really do want to get my opportunity to go and almost study abroad. Being a college athlete, I never got the opportunity to study abroad. And so I want the opportunity of immersing myself in a completely different culture and really just kind of putting myself out there in somewhere uncomfortable even to kind of grow and see what the world has.
And you're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, the Coach and AD, presented by the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. We're talking to Erin Ahern, St. Vincent's graduate, Furman graduate, now playing with the Savannah Spirit. Now, the Savannah Spirit has come in full throttle with a lot of different philosophies, but the most impressive philosophy I have is helping young women grow. Tell us how that philosophy has come around to you and your sister and the girls on that team.
So, I think it's awesome. I grew up here in Savannah. When I started, there wasn't really a huge opportunity for female soccer players. We only had one club. There weren't really a lot of opportunities to play advanced soccer. I always grew up following the footsteps of Natalie Goodman, who went to UGA 2 years ahead of me. And she was always my role model here in Savannah, but there were not very many of us. So I always kind of looked up to her and said, I want to be like her. So I think with the Savannah Spirit, we're trying to encourage a lot of younger girls to kind of find their confidence through soccer and just push themselves and challenge themselves to grow. We have this thing called the Futures. So they're the Savannah Spirit Futures. And it is basically an academy for younger girls it's all younger girls. We don't have a boys side yet, but we are really kind of focusing on the girls side of soccer here in Savannah to give girls like a space to be challenged, to be confident, to grow, to like accept and see what they have to give and really push themselves, which I think is really cool. So at our Savannah Spirit practices, we have ages from 12 years old to 26 years old coming out with these practices, which I think is awesome. Nice. I would have probably never put myself in that position saying I'm a 12-year-old and I want to go out and play with the college kids. But I think it's really awesome and really great for their confidence. We've seen a lot of the younger girls who came out the first day and they were just scared. They were timid. They were kind of standing at the back of the group, like never wanting to get involved, to now today. We've got the younger girls who put themselves right in the middle. They stand right up front. They want to demo. They want to be the ones in the first drill. And it's just awesome to see their confidence grow. And it's really cool to share a lot of my experiences and some of the other girls, the older girls, other experiences too with them. Like them asking questions about college, asking questions about recruiting. I wish I had had that resource when I was growing up. And I think it's awesome that we can provide that to them and let them see that there is a really cool space for girls to play sports in college.
Well, and that was going to be my next question to you. That you kind of followed up there is what's like being, like I said, you're from Savannah here. You played at very traditionally strong program at St. Vincent's. Went to Furman, one of the best soccer and academic schools in the SoCon. What's it like to be able to come back home for this time and mentor young ladies, like you said, that you looked up to Natalie Goodman, but now you get to go out there when you train and really have an impact on these 12-year-old, 13, 14-year-old girls. Because I have an 11-year-old daughter. She's a volleyball kid, and she's at training with older kids, and it's a big challenge. And I remember her coming home the other night from her first session with the older kids, and she was so worried socially, about what the older kids would think of her being younger, and would they talk to her, would they, this and that. And so talk us through what it's like to be a mentor, to be on the other side of that, and to be able to really welcome those girls in and have an impact on them.
I love it. I think it's awesome. It's the coolest opportunity I think I've been presented with. I mean, I had a cool stage, I had an awesome opportunity at Furman where I could be a leader and I could show younger girls like, hey, this is what it looks like. But it's really cool to have a personal relationship with a lot of the girls at Savannah Spirit. Something I never thought I would have after leaving college. It's the being there 5 minutes early at practice and sitting with them as we put on our cleats and they say, Erin, what was it like? Like, what kind of gear did you get in college? Like stuff like that. Like literally them just asking about my cleats and saying like, yeah, someone gave me these. I did not have to pay for these. This is what my skill and my talent earned me, which I think is really cool. And everything from our warm-ups, going through our warm-ups with them, asking them questions, seeing like what they like, what they don't like, what questions they have. It's really cool. And then going into the actual practice setting where I have a little bit more experience than they do. I can do moves and do other things that they look at and they say, can you show me how to do that again? Like, teach me how to do that, which I think is really, I love it. I think it's given me such a different side of soccer that I never really got to see before, but it's the being there and answering the questions and not overlooking a lot of the simple things that I do now because I've been doing it for so long. So I have really enjoyed getting to give back what I have learned and then also give more than what I received. So I want to be more of that, like that role model, that option for them. If they have any questions, no matter what it is, if it's about soccer, if it's about confidence, about mental health, like whatever it is, I want to be someone that they can look up to and confidently ask, not be worried about, oh, is she going to like me? Is she going to answer my questions? Like, I want to be their friend and be as friendly as I can with them to show them like there are people out there who want to give you that same opportunity that they had.
Wow. Pretty impressive right there, Erin, giving back to what you didn't receive, which is, it's better to give than to get, as I was told and as I teach. But let's go one more step further. Talk about the family involvement, your parents, your sister. How much has that meant to your success as a high school, college, and now hopefully a professional player?
It's been awesome. It's literally been everything that I've ever needed, all the support and all the encouragement that I could have possibly asked for. My family has definitely given it to me, whether it was in high school when I was traveling 4 hours to play a game in Atlanta. My parents would be the ones that woke up at 6 to drive me to get to the field in time, or stayed up late to drive me home on a Sunday night when I had to go to school the next day. There was never something that I needed for soccer that they did not say, yeah, we can do that. We can make that happen for you. So my parents have definitely been like my biggest support. I wouldn't have gotten to Furman, wouldn't have been a college athlete if it hadn't been for them and their commitment to giving me the opportunity to play soccer on a very large stage, which you didn't really find. We're working towards it here in Savannah, but the atmosphere of soccer that I played in Dallas, Texas, the atmosphere that I played in Seattle, Washington, in New York, in Florida, like my parents got me there and they definitely encouraged me and supported me when I had bad games. When I had great games, they were always there afterwards to tell me how I did and encourage me and support me with it. So they definitely are the main reason that I made it to where I did and got to play at Furman. So I thank them so much. And then also with Lauren and my little brother, Steven, they are the ultimate training partners, which has been awesome, especially through all this COVID stuff when we can't go out to local fields. We can't go to the gyms. We can't work out with teams. It's really cool to have two members of your family who are both pursuing the same passions that you are. My little brother's a goalkeeper. He's currently playing up with Tormenta in Statesboro, and he is almost 17. So he is definitely younger than me, but he is an awesome, awesome person to have train with me, to push me. We get him to run our fitness in the summers when we're getting ready for our college season. And then Lauren as well. She's always right on my heels, chasing after me, sometimes even beating me like she used to in cross country. So it's really been awesome to have her and my little brother, Steven, right there with me, especially for all this, because they have been the ultimate training partners and pushed me to keep going from this 5-month period of not really having any like sports training or contact with a team when soccer is such a team sport.
Coach, one more question to go, and then we're going to have Mr. Banana come on.
Yeah, the biggest thing is, we always like to ask our older student athletes, especially, if you had to give advice to a younger version of you, what would you tell that young student athlete that's going to pursue, whether it's college athletics or, what's just a nugget of knowledge you like to pass along that maybe you didn't have or didn't get that, our viewers can have today and walk away going, you know what? I appreciate that bit right there.
It's got to be to have confidence and be confident in yourself, whether you want to put yourself out there and play with if you're the 13 or 14-year-old and you say, I don't really want to go out and play with the older girls at the Savannah Spirit practice. They're better than me. They're going to push me down, like stuff like that. It's have confidence in yourself to put yourself in those situations, because you never know how much you're going to grow or what you're going to learn or the opportunities that'll present themselves. So mine's definitely to just have the confidence to really put yourself in those situations. I had to have some confidence when I left Savannah and went off to Furman and played with girls who were 4 years older than me, girls who had opportunities in big cities like Atlanta or Charlotte, where they were getting to train with much more variety of players, many more players, a lot of them older than them. So I definitely would have to say for our young girls from Savannah, definitely have confidence in yourself and put yourself in those situations that do push and challenge yourself and believe that you can do it.
Well, I got to see some of the first game last Wednesday night, and you guys will be home now this Wednesday night, right, on the 8th?
We will. We'll be home playing on the 8th.
Look forward to it. A lot of people impressed. Keep up the great work, and congratulations, and hopefully your dreams of playing professionally overseas or abroad will happen. And thank you for coming on, and look forward to talking to you Wednesday night.
Thank you so much. We'll see you guys then. Bye.
Erin O'Hearn, St. Vincent's Academy, Furman University. And I got to apologize. I mean, this softball in the fall, soccer in the spring, and it's reversed everywhere else in the United States. But she did play a full season as a senior at Furman. Like I said, 21 games, 6 goals, 3 assists. And also a scholar athlete at Furman University, which is really one of the most prestigious academic institutions here in the United States. Just an impressive young lady. And to watch her grow, Chad, it's what it's all about. That's what you and I are all about. We love watching these kids when they start out young, they finish, they come back. And what's the most impressive to me, she wants to give instead of receive, which is a calling.
Yeah, without a doubt, Karl. I mean, she definitely has done a tremendous amount of work, and she talks about, her family, her sister, her brother, but also the giving back aspect. That's the same line I picked up on that you picked up on as well. The giving back aspect was so vital, and I think that's what you see in this generation of student athletes that have come through. They're so grateful for the opportunities they had to be able to, and now to give back in that way, and also to be confident in yourself. Yeah, you're going to have trials. You're going to fail. You're going to mess up. But to be confident, put yourself out there. I think that's sometimes what holds people back is that, being afraid to fail a little bit. And that's the only way you grow is through, obstacles and overcoming failure and things like that. So I'm glad she was letting our younger viewers know that, hey, it's okay to go through trials. So I think a lot of times in today's society, it's like we don't want to fail. We're so scared to fail and put ourselves out there that we might mess up, that we forget that that's how growth happens. You don't get to hit 400 at the plate by not going out there and failing as well. And I'm excited about, her next step, and hopefully she gets to go overseas. We get to be a part of that, and we can talk to her again about what that looks like and the opportunities there. So pretty awesome young lady once again to have on.
I mean, yeah, great interview. So far, we're 2 for 2. Right now, we're waiting for the Savannah Bananas president, Jared Orton, to hook in. He's got a couple of family things going on right now, so hopefully we'll have him on. But once again, you're listening to the Coach and AD right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We have to thank our sponsors. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. Go Spirit.